Okay, if this doesn't work, it will be the last time I record this video because this is like the third time. Okay, so I'm going to do a tag by Two Paths Tarot, which is the original creator of the tag called For the Love of Cards. I think it's a fun tag. I wanted to do it. It's just 10 questions. So the first question is, what was your first deck? So my first deck was a regular deck of playing cards. Because in my family, my mom taught me how to read water. She taught me how to read fire and just, reading without tools. And then I started reading with playing cards, which is something that many of my family members have also done. And then from there, I transitioned to tarot. So my first official tarot deck is the fabulous Robin Woods. So this was my first official tarot deck. And the one that I learned tarot on. Okay, so it will always have like a special place in my heart. My favorite deck creator, I don't have one. I have decks from various different creators, so I love them all the same because if I don't love a deck, it's not part of my collection. Number 3, your favorite system, Tarot Oracle. So when I first started, it was Cartomancy and then Tarot. Other than Cartomancy, Tarot is my favorite form of divination. I used to use Oracle decks when I first started reading professionally and kind of after the first year kind of really stopped using them. And I don't use them at all really. And then I used to just use them for myself and then I stopped doing that and ended up getting rid of all my Oracle decks with the exception of one. And I had over 30 something Oracle decks, so I got rid of a lot. Um, I just don't I just don't enjoy reading with Oracle decks anymore, so I pretty much just read with playing cards or tarot these days. And, who knows, maybe I'll go back to no tools someday, I don't know. Number 4, your favorite system within tarot, Rider Smith, and Pip style decks. I love Pip style decks because it just reminds me of my first love, which is reading with playing cards. Um, Last deck that I bought. So the last deck that I bought was the Spanish Tarot, and these are the backs of them. And I have to say, I was able to read with this deck right out of the box. I love it. I gave really accurate readings, got really positive feedback, and I will continue to work with this deck in 2020. So I got to work a little bit with it and enjoyed it, like I said, and decided I want to incorporate it more into my practice next year and things of that nature. And it's the last deck that I bought. Number 6, favorite deck right now will be the same deck, Spanish Tarot. Another one that's my favorite at the moment is Tarot de Maria Celia. Tarot de Maria Celia. I love how small it is. I love that it looks old. And again, I'm loving working with Pip style decks at the moment. So I'm loving that. And I'm also loving my recently purchased Lenormand deck, which is the Enchanted Lenormand Oracle. I'm loving reading with Lenormand. I love that it has playing cards synchronized with it and things of that nature. So this has been really good for me. I've gotten some really amazing reads with it. So those are the decks that I find myself reaching out at the moment the most and just wanting to work with a lot and things of that nature. So that's my favorite deck right now. Those 3, equally the same. Number 7, favorite deck of all time. I have 2. So the original tarot has become like, if I could only have one deck, which deck would it be? The original tarot. Best coloring, the best version in my opinion. And these are the backs, and I love this deck so much. And then second to that is the Hanson Roberts deck. They are my favorite all-time decks. I've been working with this deck for the whole month of August and just really enjoy working with it. I just love it. Okay, so those are my favorite decks of all time. Or this says deck, but I'm going to say these two. So I have two decks, my favorite. Number 8, what deck would you love to own? I don't have any decks at this time that I want to own right now. I'm pretty happy where my collection stands, which is 39 decks, including one Lenormand and one Oracle deck. I'm happy at where my deck collection is at this time. If anything, I might downsize in the future. Not sure, but right now I'm good. Number 9, a deck you have but struggle with. I had the Voodoo Tarot, and I didn't struggle with it. I just didn't want to read with it. Like, I have so many decks. I have over 30 tarot decks, and that was just the one that I loved the least, and I didn't feel inspired to work with it, and it was collecting dust, and I would take it just like, blah. I could read with it, but I wasn't excited to use it. It was more like I was forcing myself to use it in a reading. And so I ended up gifting it to somebody else, and they connected with it, and that's like their soul deck. So, yeah. So sometimes I feel like it's not so much that we struggle with a deck. Sometimes we just don't resonate with them, or the art style might not call to us, or, So if I have that situation, I'd rather give the deck to somebody else who's actually going to like it and use it, And number 10, if you could have a deck tailor-made for you, what would it look like? I'm going to be creating a deck for myself and getting it printed and incorporating it for my practice. I'm not at this time thinking of selling it, but I wanted a deck that would have people of all different shades and colors and sizes. I kind of wanted a deck that relates to my practice. So if you're new to my channel, because a lot of people already know, I practice African traditional religious practices, and I also practice native spirituality. So I wanted a deck that infuses that into it. So it has that experience, like the experience that I have being multicultural. So I would make a deck that way, with just beautiful colors of the rainbow and all different shades of brown and different body types and all that kind of stuff, and different archetypes and things of that nature. So that would be a deck that I would love to make for myself, which I'm going to do. I'm determined to do so. So I think that is it for this tag. It was really fun to do, and I look forward to watching more VRs. And please like, please subscribe, and thank you so much for watching this video, guys. And until the next videos, bye, guys.